I was sitting at my desk, working on an assignment for the final semester of school. Just a few more of these, and I'm done with high school forever. I thought to myself as I slugged through the paper, trying to hit that 2,000 word limit. It was arduous, but I knew it would pay off. I just needed to score high enough to get into university. So as I continued to research the Chinese Communist Revolution, I heard a small beep from outside. I was definitely looking for any kind of distraction, but I was kind of on a roll at this point and I didn't want to break that. I didn't hear the follow-up beep, so I brushed it off as some sort of car, bike, or some newfangled machine the neighbors had, and continued on with my work. 5 minutes or so later, I heard it again. The same small, far-off beep noise. It seemed like it would be too quiet to come through the neighbor's house. Upon hearing it the second time, it sounded like it was right in my neighbor's backyard. So, getting tired of reading the depressing hardships of farmers during communist times, I got up and headed out to the backyard. However, when I got there, I found nothing. Nothing that would emit a beeping noise in sight. Not even when I took a quick little peek over the neighbor's fence. I found nothing. So, I shrugged it off and went back inside. Not 3 minutes later, I heard it again, this time ignoring it and going back to my assumption it was some mechanical device a neighbor had that was emitting a noise to remind the person of something, or maybe it was just something that did on its own. I couldn't say. However, it beeped again after another 3 minutes, and another, and another. Eventually, there was only a 2-minute gap between beeps, before becoming more sporadic, beeping anywhere between 30 seconds to 4 minutes apart. The erratic pattern of the beeping and not knowing when to expect it got on my nerves. Eventually, I walked back outside to try and locate where the sound was coming from. I tried to locate the sound by moving around and waiting for the beep to see if it gets softer or louder, but no matter where I go, front yard, backyard, over near the neighbors' houses, front and back, but no matter where I stand, in my almost 15-minute rampage of frustration, the beeping sounded no closer nor further away, no matter where I stood. At this point I was getting extremely agitated, but I couldn't find the source of the beeping no matter how hard I looked, and I was wasting time. So I decided to go back inside and finish my assignment. I put in headphones and had some music on reasonably high volume to try and drown out the beeping, and I thought it worked until about 10 minutes in, when I heard the beeping again. Softer than before, and not drowned out by the screaming folk punk music coming through my headphones, I didn't know what to do. I was getting so frustrated and a little bit scared. At this point, I got up off my chair and walked down the block. And at this point, I knew it couldn't have been the neighbors. Either someone was fucking with me or it was me. Because even 1, 2, 3 blocks away, the beeping persisted, not getting any softer. After a completely sleepless night, interrupted by the beeping, I went to a doctor and tried to figure out the source of the beeping. Unfortunately, she could not find any answers. Nor could she, nor my parents, hear the noise. No one at school heard it the next day either. This went on for days and days, slowly turning into weeks before turning into a month, and I couldn't take it. It was 2 a.m, and another sleepless night. I lost all my sanity. I just needed quiet. I went to the kitchen and grabbed a sharp metal skewer. I turned on the stove and held the end over the fire before bringing it to my ear, bracing myself and puncturing my eardrum. The other one too. I rolled around on the floor. I guess I was screaming, but I couldn't hear anything over the overpowering whining noise. My parents came in, a shocked look on their faces as they took me to the emergency room. After a couple hours of waiting in the emergency room and a night in bed, they told me, by writing it out to me, that my hearing had been severely damaged and the effects were permanent. My plan had worked. To my parents' dismayed faces, a smile crossed my own face, and I fell into a peaceful slumber. Until I was jarred awake by a faint, beeping noise.